Hi guys, and welcome back to At Home with Elisa. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We have been in these tiny homes now for just over a year, and we are finally starting to do some work on the insides of the tiny homes, which I actually haven't shown you previously. For those of you who may not know, we actually moved into these tiny homes as it was a last resort, to be honest. We had purchased our property here and we were selling our other home, and we knew that we had to be out by a certain date, and we thought we'd be able to find a rental nearby. However, we weren't able to find a rental. We thought we'd rent and then rent there while we were actually building. With the way that the market is at the moment, we were unable to find a rental, so with a date fast approaching that we had to be out, we decided to purchase tiny homes and live on our property while we build, which will be directly behind here. So that's where we're at, and these tiny homes are not fantastic. I think I've covered that in another video. We have had vast leaking, and they're not fantastic, but I do believe that every home that you live in, a house should feel like a home. So we will be keeping these tiny homes. The other tiny home will stay as my mum's dwelling. This tiny home here, once we actually build our forever home there, this tiny home will act as a guest accommodation and also a theatre room. So we do want to keep them. I think that they are quite good. They needed to become waterproofed, which we're working on still. And they also need to become beautiful because they are so ugly. Like, there's no other way to say it. I'm really sorry, but they are just really, really ugly. So we're starting to work on the insides of them. Today we're working on my mum's tiny home. I feel the need to issue a colour warning. So my mum and I definitely agree that certain things need to happen, in that, you might need to paint, you might need to put, we want to put VJ panel in ours. We do agree on things, but we have very different design tastes. Very, very different. So I feel the need to issue a colour warning when it comes to my mum's house. I'm just going to put it out there. I like neutrals. I plan on turning our tiny home into something that, white roof, soft white walls with VJ paneling, nice wood floors, and sort of not a great deal of bright colour. I like muted colours, so muted greens, muted mushroom colours, that sort of thing. So that's what I'll be doing with our tiny home. However, mum's tiny home is completely up to her, and she does what she wants to do. So colour warning has been issued. So the way that we actually function as a large family over two tiny homes without a forever home and a vast area in between is that we have a large deck over here, and we do the majority of meals and cooking over at this house, just because we can all gather together, and it's nice to obviously all eat together. Mum does do breakfast with her kids over there, but all meals are over here other than that. So we do gather and use this residence as the main home. That's more over there is just obviously a sleeping quarters. Okay, so now that I've explained how we use these tiny homes, how about we go and have a look inside mum's? Okay guys, so we're just over at mum's house now. As I was saying, they are very, well, they're not great on the inside to start with. The floors definitely need replacing. The walls make it look like a cool room. That reflection on the roof, disgusting. So there is definitely things that we need to do to change it. However, we are just starting with the kitchen because that's what she wants to start with. So this is the little kitchen area that she has, and as you can see, obviously dining area over there as well. So that is used for the kids eating breakfast of a morning, and we do have plans for a phase 2 of this kitchen to, along this back wall here, actually build it out with matching cupboards, so they will go over that wall over there, and an extra bench top as well for them. So this is the reason that I issued a colour warning for my mum's house. She absolutely loves this colour. So she's already put some wallpaper up on the walls, which is quite nice. Let's see. You can see it's got like a little glitter to it. So she loves the wallpaper. Her and my Poppy did that. She loves things that are a little bit more old-fashioned, as you can see by the rosewood sort of furniture. But she loves this purple. I think she's calling it a lilac. I'm not sure of the actual name. I'll include that down in the description. But we're looking today at painting, obviously, this kitchen cupboard area, the kickboard as well, and we also have some tiles for the back. Mum's been actually living with this sample coat that she just purchased a sample pot, and she's been living with the sample pot for well over a month now, just to check on wear and tear. And as you can see, it's actually handled it really, really well. It's done really well. So she's really happy with the color. I wanted her to live with it for a little while before she actually went ahead and painted it, because she's notorious for changing her mind. And truth be told, this color is probably going to change in about 12 months' time once she gets bored of it, because that's just how she likes to operate. And she's just attached some paint samples here to the wall. She's obviously trying to look for a grey colour to do the rest of the room in that matches in with the purple, blends in with the nice wallpaper, and also will go nice well with the tiles that we'll be putting on the wall. So instead of actually installing tiles with grout like a traditional tile, Mum's opted for these self-adhesive tiles. We've held them up against the wall and they seem quite nice. So she's purchased enough of those. They just have like a sticky back. They're literally like stick-on tiles. But they have a lovely sheen and should be really easy to wipe down. Being in a kitchen area, they should be really nice to be able to wipe those down. Mum's also sugar soaped the entire kitchen really, really well, just as part of preparation, just to make sure that obviously the paint does adhere. So she's done that already, and so this is the paint that we're looking at using. It's just 2 litres of Taubman's paint, and it is called Violet Verbena. So she set up a nice little painting area out here so that we can pull the cupboards off and do some painting outside. So that's all the products that we're looking at using today. So I think Mum and I are going to crank up some music now and probably get on with our painting job. We started just by taking everything off the kitchen benches just so that we had a clear working space, and just removing that shelf that Mum loves. And then we were able to have access to the doors. When we removed all of the doors, we actually did number them so that we knew that they would go back in the exact same place that they were removed from, because we were worried that they might not fit quite the same way they had before. When we got to the drawers, we realised that they actually wouldn't come out unless we actually pulled the whole cabinet apart. So we decided just to paint them in place, and we started removing the handles. I just wanted to prep around just where I was going to do that kickboard. So I was painting it just with a spray paint in a matte black finish, just to really make it disappear, because it's not the prettiest thing, and Mum and I both hate the silver, so the matte black really made it disappear, which was nice. Mum applied 2 coats of paint, even though I'm only showing you the one. She applied 2 coats of paint to all of the... She's having a little dance there. We had Neil Diamond going. But she applied 2 coats of paint to all of the cabinets and all of the drawers, just to make sure that we had a really good coverage. We also used a microfiber foam paintbrush, which was actually recommended to us for painting these cabinets. They say to paint on the wet edge, which basically means then that you never really get lines going down them. And now that they've dried, they definitely don't have lines, which is fantastic.
This right here is the start of my own personal nightmare with this tile. If anyone asks you to install herringbone tile, sticker tile, just say no. Just take my word for it and just say no and walk away. It did my head in. It really did. Trying to match those lines up, oh my goodness. I really wanted to make sure that I did really well around that outlet, so I just removed the cover because I knew it just popped off quite easily. And here's Mum just putting the handles back on. She waited for the paint to dry obviously, and then was proceeding to put the handles back on so that we could hang them back up. Got to this point in the afternoon, it was actually getting quite dark and there was a hailstorm moving in, so you notice we had both the dogs come in and visit us because they were a little bit scared of the hailstorm. Also, if you find yourself in a situation like me where you're painting top cabinets and bottom cabinets, just make sure that you paint the top cabinets first. Don't do what we did. Reason being is that it's actually quite hard to try and avoid that paint on the bottom cabinets while you're trying to paint the top. So as you can see, it's a new day here. We actually ran out of some of the supplies. We really needed some more of that herringbone tile, so we had to go to the shops and get that, and we just gave those cabinets extra time to dry as well without being knocked. I was so happy to be back tiling again. When it came time to hang Mum's shelf back up again, we found that it was quite hard to drill into, so we drilled little pilot holes and then we were able to hang the shelf up properly. And here's the finished result. Okay guys, so we've just finished up in Mum's kitchen. She absolutely loves the colour. I think that the coverage is really, really good. I think it will hold up. We also did the insides of all the cabinets as well, just the insides of the doors, not the cabinets themselves, because I think they'll get chipped. So I'm pretty happy with the way that the paint has finished. This is a really good indication of how it'll be because both of our little tiny homes are exactly the same. So it'll be really interesting to see how we go with ours. Definitely won't be lilac, purple, or violet, whatever colour you want to call this. But it'll be fun to actually do ours as well. So Mum, what do you think?
I love it.
You love it?
Yes.
What do you love best? What's your best part?
I love the colour.
You love the colour. Of course you do.
And I love the tiles.
Yes, so that tile there we checked, it is heat proof, it is splash proof, so you could even use it as a bathroom. Yeah, you could use it in a bathroom if you want. Mum was jokingly teasing me saying that she would like me to do the bathroom, and I responded. I won't be, let's just say I will not be doing the bathroom for her. If she chooses a different pattern there might be maybe a chance, but this pattern there's no way. So all in all, you're really happy with it?
Yes, I love it.
And what are you looking forward to doing next?
Painting the walls and doing around the windows the architraves.
Yeah, the architraves, yeah.
Around the windows to finish this room off a bit and do the curtain.
And what colour are you leaning towards? I see you've got a few grey samples here.
Yes.
What one are you thinking at the moment for the rest of the room to be painted?
That one.
She likes the darker colours.
Bit of oomph.
Bit of oomph. So at the moment, obviously, the rooms, we call them like a cool room or a fridge colour. They're like a white, a cream, a grey, and a bit of a green in there as well. So they're quite disgusting. So we're looking to inject some personalities. Obviously, Mum's got a lot of personality to put in here. She's got quite a bit of personality to put in here.
Just like oomphy.
You like oomphy. Oh, let's lay the floors down. So we have picked up some floors that we're looking at putting down in replace of these floorings here. So let's just lay it down and have a look. So this is the colour of the flooring that we're looking at doing both houses. As you can see, we didn't worry too much about the little bit of white strip there from the caulking because I know that we're going to put these floors over the top of it anyway. So it's kind of like a grey-brown. Would you say it's a grey-brown, Mum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Grey-brown.
Kind of like a grey-brown colour, and it looks like natural wood. So that's the flooring that we're looking at putting over the top of both the houses just to get rid of this
Orange, yellow.
grello-y wood panel stuff. It's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. So that's the new floors that we're looking at putting down. And I think overall that looks kind of cute when you actually add the flooring in as well. It takes that green tone out of the flooring. So thank you so much for joining us today while we did some work on our tiny homes. It's so nice to finally do some work to the insides. I'm loving the flooring. That's definitely something we want to get sorted soon. We just have to sort out some leaks first before we get that done. But it's nice to see Mum happy with her kitchen. All violet, lavender, purple, pretty kitchen that it is. We do plan on working more on the insides of these homes coming up, so I hope you stick around and join us for that. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Thank you.